Well, I'm not sure how to feel about this. Tuesday Super Packs are back for Season 6 of NBA 2K25 My Team. I just don't know, dude. I don't know. 100 overall Patrick Ewing, Dark Matter Chris Paul, Galaxy Opal Devin Vassell, and Dorian Finney-Smith. Looks as though we will be getting 4 new players per week. And then a bunch of super packs on Tuesdays. So Tuesday content is basically the exact same as last Tuesday's content, or not last season's Tuesday content, just with higher overall cards. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm excited about this. I don't know. Flash is back, and not in the way that we were hoping that it would be. Great promo from past 2Ks, no doubt about it. But a 100 overall Patrick Ewing that isn't going to be affordable. I'm sure he'll be good, but not affordable. Chris Paul, who's not going to be that good. Devin Vassell, who's probably a good budget card. Dorian Finney-Smith, probably a good budget card. But those guys will be, just like with last season's Tuesday content, more expensive than they should be because of how rare they are. In fact, that'll be true about every single one of these cards. And the only real positive here is that it's going to drop, to a certain extent, the amount of it's going to drop the market a bit again this season. So there are some positives to look at about this content, but overall it's like, I don't know. I still can't say this is very good. I was really hoping for something better than this, but unfortunately that ain't happening right now. I don't know. I just thought Tuesday content maybe in season 6 would be a bit better, but unfortunately that does not look like it is going to be the case. And instead we have this garbage. I don't know. Hopefully Vassell and Dorian Finney-Smith are good budget cards. I do think they'll be solid. Chris Paul is too small to really be a high level card. Now Ewing has not had a good card in 2K in a few years, but this will be his first one that is good since I believe 2K23 or 2K22. I think it was 2K22 when this Ewing, yeah, it was this Ewing right here. The maxed out Ewing in 2K22, I'm pretty sure was the last good Ewing. Maybe in 23 he was good too, but this card had a base 4, which was at the time the same base as like Devin Booker. Definitely a very good base, and his upper wasn't that bad, and it turned into actually a really good jump shot. This card wound up being really, really good, and there was a lot to like about him in 2K22, and that was the last time Patrick Ewing was a good card. I would assume he'll get a changed jump shot on this card, obviously as a 100 overall, considering he's 7 foot tall with, what's his wingspan? Let's see what the wingspan is on Patrick Ewing. 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan. I mean, he'll be a really good power forward, no doubt about it. He'll be a good center and a great power forward with perfect stats and badges, and of course likely beyond just release, I would think the animations will change in terms of dribble style, maybe escape behind the back, stuff like that. He will be one of the best bigs in my team. I don't think there's really any realistic doubt about that. My doubt, or my frustration, I guess, is going to be the fact that I just think this content as a whole is going to wind up being really mediocre, is the honest truth. Because, I mean, look, am I supposed to get excited about Devin Vassell? Is a card who I actually think I would like. Same thing with Dorian Finney-Smith, former Mav. I'm rooting for the Lakers right now too. Like, I think I could find myself getting somewhat excited about those cards if they were going to be more attainable. I think Vassell's jumper is decent. He's got basic dribble style, KD escape, code behind the back. If his dribble style doesn't get changed, then he's going to be limited in terms of the offensive end of the court. He's also only 6'5", so realistically, this isn't a card who's like, oh yeah, he's going to be great. Dorian Finney-Smith should be solid. He's had some good 3-and-D cards in the past few years. Hasn't had a card this year really besides this Gems of the Game card, but his jumper is pretty good in most years. I would think I think last year he had like an opal or something. Yeah, he had the season 7 aftershock opal, which is a pretty good card. If this Dorian looks anything close to this card in terms of mid 90s speed, mid 90s 3, mid 90s driving dunk, and 90 plus defense across the board, like, he'll be a really potentially solid card. I don't know if he'll be quite this good statistically, but I don't think he'll be that much worse. Would think his release will be on very quick. Was his jumper, does he have any SIGs at all on his amethyst, like, or on his emerald, I should say? Kyrie escape, Dame behind the back. No, not really. We'll see if we get any sort of SIG changes on either of these cards to make them better. If they don't really get SIG changes, then they'll be limited. They'll be fine-ish budget cards, but nothing too special. And then Chris Paul, is it really even worth looking at Chris Paul? We know what Chris Paul is going to be. He's going to be a 6-foot point guard with amazing stats and badges, and yet he's going to be not very good on in truth, because he's actually never that good at this point in the year. He's just too small. Not to mention his jumper is not amazing this year, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if his jumper doesn't get changed. So there's a really good chance you're looking at a very mediocre card there. Very possibly the only exciting card in tomorrow's drop is Patrick Ewing, and no matter what, these guys are all going to be too expensive because they're all going to be extremely rare. So I don't know. The only real positive here is that there's going to be challenge groups to earn a shattered prize piece for a 99 plus premium player pack. So if you complete all 5 of the flash challenge groups on all 5 Tuesdays, you will, I would assume, get that 99 premium player pack. So you can at least grind for a dark matter this season, if nothing else. Certainly a lot better than what Tuesday content's been the last couple seasons in that aspect. So at least there is that as a positive. So I will give 2K credit for that. That is the one positive that I see out of this that's actually good. And I guess the other positive, again, would be increased supply on some of these other cards that you potentially want to get. I'm interested to see what pack odds look like in terms of the actual, like, are dark matters going to be pullable? Are we going to see more of a drop on higher tier cards as well? Or are we really just going to see Galaxy Opal and under, or even Pink Diamond and under cards continue to drop in price more? Because the market is so in the tank when it comes to lower overall cards and less new cards anyway, that I'm not 100% certain that these super packs will actually have a massive effect on the market. I also don't think people are going to be as excited and as itching to open these packs as they may have been towards the beginning of Season 5, where the super packs were kind of new and people saw that as more of an opportunity. So I would not be surprised if we don't see nearly as much of a market crash from these Tuesday drops here in Season 6 than we do in Season 5. But Ewing should be great. Hopefully I'll be able to get a gameplay with him at some point for y'all. We'll see. The other 3 cards, if I get my hands on them, I might do gameplays with them as well. I mean, they're all somewhat interesting names at a very minimum, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm super excited about this drop. I think that would be just blatantly lying to y'all, honestly, because this is not what I consider high quality content. And like I said in the video that I made earlier today, Season 6 looks like a total repeat of Season 5. Good level 40 reward, good Friday content, and then almost nothing else to look forward to throughout the entire season until hopefully we get some sort of festival event at some point this season. That will be the only exciting part of the season, is if we get some sort of festival event. Otherwise, we're probably just going to have another season of mediocrity, which is really disappointing because we're in April now. This is where grindable events should be like consistently a thing. We should be getting, like, remember we used to get like 2-week events with grindable content every single day, or players you could earn that would all, if you earned them all from challenges, then you got a free reward at the end of it, like Richard Jefferson in 2K22, or even in 2K23. I think we had like a Sean Kemp Bam at a bio that were earnable at Christmas, and some other ones, and like these 2-week event cards like Ray Allen and Jean Leon, and who was the other? There was another 2-week event, Russell Westbrook, I think, maybe. Just like we've had this type of content in the past later on in the year where it's like, oh, there's something to do, even if it's small every day, and it's building towards some bigger reward. At this point, we don't have anything like that that's exciting. It's just stale, repeatable content the same way, that basically looks the same every week. And it's hard for me to get excited about making content on the game when the content is as stale as it is. That's the honest truth. I'm not going to stop making videos, and I appreciate all y'all who support, but it is hard to get excited about the same repetitive stale stuff over and over and over again. So my apologies for my frustration, but I'm not probably going to stop complaining because it certainly could be better. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.